Peace. This is Waz for Waz Words Media, back at y'all for another round. And fight fans, I took another look. I watched the fight again between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. And upon watching it a second time, with the volume down, and, you know, with a more relaxed mind, I gotta give that fight slightly edged, just by a round. I gotta give it to Devin Haney. Devin Haney won that fight. I know at first my initial reaction was that it was a draw, because I felt neither one man had too many more rounds over the other man, and there was a whole ton of swing rounds that you could give to either man. But when you go back and watch the fight again, you got to take into account that judges look at ring generalship. Who's the one in control of the action, pressing the fight. And that, when it comes to that criteria right there, Devin Haney was the one pressing the action, pressing the fight. He wasn't on his back foot as much. Lomachenko was more on his back foot. But Devin Haney, you know, they would trade. It was a very hard fight to judge, very hard fight to score, because there was times that they would trade. Then it would be Lomachenko pushing the action and Haney fighting off to his back foot. But for the most part, I would say 60% of the fight, it was Haney coming forward. And Haney was landing, I mean, this was a body shot clinic. He was landing a lot of body shots. And he pressed the action a little more for me than Lomachenko. I feel after the first 6 rounds, Devin Haney won 4 out of those 6 convincingly. But then, those last 6 rounds, I felt Lomachenko he was on his way to having 4 out of those last 6. But then he took his foot off the gas in those last 2 rounds. He took his foot off the gas on the 11th. And the 12th, he didn't fight. It was Haney, once again, in those 2 rounds, that was pressing the action. And if you're giving Haney the majority of the first 6, and then those last 6 rounds were swing rounds, once again, there's too many swing rounds in this fight. But let's say if it was locked in 3 rounds apiece, that gives Haney 7, Lomachenko 5. And at the end, looking at it again, I gotta say 7-5 Devin Haney. I mean, it's no secret, I'm a huge Devin Haney fan, huge Shakur Stevenson fan, the Charlos, Crawford, you know, I got my guys, and we all do. Don't lie, we all do. We all got our guys, but you gotta come truthful. If you're gonna be an analyst and you're gonna speak truth, you gotta put your biases aside. That's why when I first saw the fight, when I came on, I was like, man, this thing was hard to score. I had it as a draw. But looking at it again, see, I was looking at the fight with, you know, of course, with the volume up. The crowd factors into that. The broadcasters factor into that. So they can make you get excited for certain parts, certain spots of the fight, because one person did something and now they're just jumping. They're very loud and boisterous at that moment. But then there may be moments where the other guy is doing something and they're not as boisterous. because false media tends to be biased. So, yeah, this second time around, I gotta say, I gotta give it to Devin Haney, 7-5. Whoever says they have Lomachenko winning, I can understand that. There was a lot of swing rounds. I'm not debating this fight. There was a lot of swing rounds. If somebody scored it 7-5 for Loma, or a draw like I originally had it, I will not argue that. That's your perception, and it was very, very close fight. I don't think we've seen a fight of this magnitude be this close. And this is why there's been so much, back and forth, and because this is a fight of big magnitude. This is a huge fight, but there was no concise, clear-cut winner in multiple rounds. Usually like when you saw Floyd in his prime, or Pacquiao, or one of these guys, you see multiple rounds that they put together where you're like, yeah, this is going that way. But in this fight, there was so many swing rounds that could go either way. It was a judge's nightmare. But at the end, watching it again, I got a slightly edge Devin Haney. So fight fans, let me know if you watched it again. Let me know if you saw something different the second time. And let's build. Peace.